Hello, welcome back to another vlog. Today is the first sunny day we've had in maybe like a week. It's been quite a rainy time, so the second we woke up, we got everything ready and we came down to the beach to just enjoy the weather. And we just thought we would vlog today, share kind of a day in our lives, and we asked you for a lot of questions on our Instagram, so it's going to be a little Q&A vlog today.
So last week was Neo's 3-month birthday.
Yeah.
Can you say it's a birthday when it's been months?
I don't know.
We're calling it a birthday.
But look how big he is!
Yeah! And we've had some pretty amazing milestones. We'll share some of them throughout the video, but for me, I think my favourite milestone is we've had a couple of little giggles from him. He's laughing! Yeah! And it's just been absolutely adorable.
Best sound in the world, for sure.
Yeah, literally some of the best moments of my life, just making him giggle, and it's been so good.
Another amazing thing is we had a lot of family visits. So first my grandparents and aunt came out from Bulgaria, and it was so amazing. He is their first great-grandchild, so lots of love and snuggles with them, and they don't speak any English, so I really want him to learn some Bulgarian. So I've asked for obviously them and my parents, and it's just whoever does speak Bulgarian, whenever they watch him, if they could speak Bulgarian to him a lot so you can hear it. That'd be great.
I've got a feeling he's going to be teaching me Bulgarian when he's like 4 or 5.
Yeah. And then my sister came out for a week as well, and it was her first time meeting him, and she just completely fell in love. She said at the end that she felt that her heart grew like 3 sizes, and oh, it was just so amazing to share that time with them. Another
big development that Neo's had is that he's really noticing things. He's like studying things, he's super aware, and he's just started seeing firstly his toes, he saw his feet,
yeah.
And now he's starting to see his hands and starting to realise he can grab things. It's very basic at the moment. He can kind of grab things, but
yeah.
That's...
I think it's a huge step,
yeah,
like, when they realise they have hands.
Neo is absolutely loving these little sunglasses we have for him. There you go. You can see things a lot better now. There you go, buddy.
So cute.
Hey, look at Callie. Callie.
Okay, so let's answer a couple of the questions that you guys have. Oh, I love this one. Aside from Costa Rica, where are you most excited to show Neo in the world?
Ooh, part of the world that jumps out to me as being the most kind of magical is probably the continent of Africa, and getting to go on safari, see some of the amazing animals. I feel like that was such a magical moment for me, and I went to Africa like for the first time in my 20s, I think. So imagining going as a kid, we'll probably wait a few years till he can actually really consciously see, you know, and acknowledge what we're seeing. But yeah, I think that's where I'm most excited to take him.
Yeah, I would say safari was my #1 most magical experience of my life so far. And the first time I went on safari, I remember thinking, I can't wait to bring my kids here one day. Yeah. So definitely that. And then
I think you cried when we first saw elephants.
Yeah.
You cried.
Even though it was in the middle of the night, you could barely see them, but I couldn't stop. And then I've been really missing Asia, actually. Bali, Thailand. We've never even been to Thailand together. I want to go to the Philippines. Yeah, I think a lot of those places people say are very like kid friendly, because locals just love kids and they'll just like hold your kids while you're eating lunch and stuff. And yeah, it's just so beautiful.
I do think we will figure out how to do as much traveling as possible, because I think it's in our blood. I think once you've kind of got the travel bug,
yeah.
Although I enjoy seasons of having a home base and staying still, yeah, I'm really excited to explore the world. And I think seeing the world through his eyes for the first time will bring like a whole new magic to it.
100%. Like that's what we said. We've obviously done so much traveling together, but we just want to go to all those places again, and it's gonna feel like a whole new place, like exploring it through his eyes.
Yeah. Obviously we've been navigating having a dog and a baby at the same time, and it's actually really beautiful seeing the interaction as Neo started to recognize Callie and see this other being in the house. And every morning we come down, she jumps up, she says hello, and then he just is fascinated watching her.
He just follows her around.
Yeah, we'll like play catch, she'll just like lay on the couch and just like look at him, and there's a real bond happening right now. I think he doesn't fully still understand what she is. but I feel like they're becoming friends for sure.
One thing about this whole travel subject is kind of a sensitive topic for me right now, because we actually had started planning some amazing travels for the next couple of months, and then we are currently in the process of me applying for a visa to live here in the UK, and we were told it was going to take 6 to 8 weeks to do that. And when we went to submit the visa, we were told it could actually be 6 to 8 months, and I can't travel during that time. So I actually just like broke down, because luckily my grandparents had just come to see him, but we were planning, I mean, we hope to bring him to Bulgaria and to see like my grandparents' home and just everywhere. Like we were literally on the drive on the way there planning travels where we could take him. And yeah, it just broke my heart.
Yeah, they had to take both her passports for some reason for the application. Yeah, I mean, we were not prepared for that. I think optimistically we were hoping it would be much quicker, and maybe it still will be, but we're having to come to terms with that this is kind of out of our control. Yeah. And sometimes in life you get thrown curveballs and you just have to kind of roll with it. And despite this last week of bad weather, this has been a really beautiful summer so far, so hopefully we can enjoy the most of the rest of the British summer. And yeah, I guess we're kind of stranded for the moment. It's funny as well because we got his passport now, which was the thing we thought was going to hold us up, but yeah, now Raya can't travel. I
think it's tough because obviously we have our plans about Costa Rica and we make travel content, so we could potentially be losing some jobs. And if you guys could just help send some positive vibes that things can just go quickly and smoothly, that would be amazing. And I just can't wait to, take him all over the world.
Yeah, we're gonna have so many adventures. Boop, boop. Do you like being down at the beach? We've been naming all of his toys. His favourite toy is a zebra called Guh, because that was his first noise he ever made. We haven't named this one. Any ideas? Comment below what you think this lion rattle should be called. You threw it. Hold it and then throw. Throw it. Yeah.
So we've got him down to sleep for his nap, and we thought we would answer a couple of questions while we walk. One of the most asked questions by far is, how did we come up with the name Neo Earth?
So we were on a boat coming back from an island when we were in Costa Rica last, and Raya, it just popped into your head. There was no conversation happening about baby names, nothing.
Yeah. It just came to me.
Yeah, she just turned to me, she's like, hey, how about the name Neo?
Yeah.
I immediately resonated with that name because The Matrix is my favourite movie. I love the character Neo. He's like the hero of the movie. So I was an immediate yes.
And the reason we were saying we love short names, names that are easy to pronounce in all different languages, and names that are slightly unique. We don't want it to be super different where people like won't know how to say it if they read it, but something like, ooh, that's a cool name, because that's what people say when they hear my name. And your name's a bit different as well.
Yeah, it's a bit unique. There's not a lot of Louis.
So we kind of just hit all of those ticks, and then I almost feel like he like told me the name somehow. I don't know what happened, but it literally just came to me. And then Earth, I really love like nature-y hippie names, but I didn't really want his first name to be like super out there. But I think a middle name is a perfect space for something like that. So I always knew I wanted the middle name to be like really hippie, basically. And then we were going through a few different ones, and to me, what is more magical and incredible than like Mother Earth, you know, like Earth. So yeah. And then another big question that we got was, how has our relationship been since having Neo? I think a lot of people struggle with their romantic relationship when having a baby, and obviously we have less time together, just the two of us, and we need to be like super conscious about going out on dates, and which we haven't really done yet. But yeah, like spending that quality time together. But when it comes to our relationship, I really think we're more in love than ever.
I know.
We got to see each other as parents, and we have this like shared love for like the most incredible thing in the world.
Yeah, we were saying he is like a physical manifestation of our love. Like we always tell him that, like he is our love, like realized into a being.
Physical form, yeah.
I have never admired Raya more, having seen her as a mum and all the things she's been through and the ups and downs, and just I really feel like we're a team, and I totally feel like it's brought us closer together. I just feel like we're like so committed to each other in this life with our new son.
And I think something that really helps is that we've been through a lot. Like we've been together for almost 8 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 years. And we've like traveled so much, so I think we've had a lot of stressful moments, like missed flights or whatever, where we've had to like deal with pressure in the moment.
We've been tested.
Yeah, so I think because we've experienced a lot of that, having some of these like tests and pressures of new parenthood hasn't been as hard for us, I guess.
Also, I think those, because of how we were living before, there wasn't this set routine and exact hours that we were expecting to be awake or asleep, and I think that's helped a lot, like being able to roll with it and adapt and be flexible, and I think that's a huge thing you need as new parents. So there's this beautiful boardwalk along the front of the beach, all the way from Brighton to Hove where we are. And there's these little beach huts where we normally, either I get a coffee, a matcha or a chai. We got iced chais with oat milk today. It's also lunchtime, and today we're for the first time trying the vegan hot dog and the tofu poke bowl. Callie loves it here as well because they always have a little jar of dog treats. Little biscuit, so I'm gonna give her this little heart biscuit. Callie, Callie. Raya has just finished feeding Neo. She'll tell you about that in a second, but it's going very well.
There were a lot of questions asking about an update on breastfeeding because we shared how it was really, really tough at the beginning, probably the toughest thing of having a baby so far.
Definitely the toughest thing.
But we are on the other side now. It is completely pain-free. I love doing it. I honestly look forward to it every time. And I'm just so proud of myself for pushing through. Because even the lactation consultant, one of the last times she came, she's like, I can't believe you haven't given up yet, because it's still so painful. But I pushed through, and now we're here, and I just love it so much.
It's so beautiful to see them every day, just having that bonding time.
He's growing so well. He's big, very big for his age, so.
Yeah, he's wearing 6 to 9 months clothes, even though he's just over 3 months.
Yeah.
So we were actually just heading home from the beach, and just as we got to our house, Neo fell asleep again. So I just kept going, and now we're at our local park, which Callie loves. She gets to run around. And we thought we would answer another question.
Where do we see ourselves in the next 5 years? And I think we've kind of never been people to plan our whole future out, but I think for the first time in my life I actually can kind of imagine what our lives are going to be like in 5 years because of the trajectory that we've started on. The fact that we've bought land in Costa Rica, there's lots of questions around Costa Rica, so I do think that will be a big part of our life in 5 years. We'll have a home base there that we'll spend a chunk of the year at, who knows how long, maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months. It really depends how much we gel into that community, how much Neo gels in with like schooling and friends. And then I also do see us really still connected here in Hove with all our friends, because Neo's got so many friends within a few years of age of him that he'll be growing up with, all of my friends that I went to school with and stuff, and that we're building friendships with. So I see the 2 home bases and I see us traveling a lot in between being at those bases.
Yeah, I feel like 5 years from now is really going to be the pivotal moment, because that's when he's kind of starting school. And I think that's going to be really when we need to decide, are we going to do the school year in the UK or are we going to do it in Costa Rica? Because I don't know if we can do like a little bit here and there. I mean, that's kind of the dream, but I think usually you have to do like the full school year. I'm kind of assuming we're going to choose to do the school year in Costa Rica, because then we'll be there from, let's say, September, October up until like May. So kind of throughout that whole cold period here, and then we'll just spend summers here. But luckily we have years before that happens, so we can feel out what the school situation is in Costa Rica, if we want to be sending him to school there, if we want school here, all that. There's a lot of other questions about whether we're gonna have more kids, and 5 years from now I'm definitely assuming we're gonna have a second.
At least one more.
This is the thing. Our friends were asking us last night how many kids we want, and he was like minimum 2, and then I was like maximum 3. So I think that's where we're at. I think we're gonna go for 2, see how we feel, and then potentially have a 3rd.
Yeah, and if any of you are parenting small kids and you're traveling between multiple locations throughout the year, we'd love some advice. If there's any comments you could leave below about how you found kind of splitting your time between different locations.
All right, we are back home now, and we are probably at Neo's favorite place. This is his little play gym. This is where he gets super talkative when he's on here. I think he just gets so excited. He has so many of his favorite toys. We have a little mirror here that's hung up that he loves.
What are you telling us, Neo?
This is his little monkey called Maimunka, which means like little monkey in Bulgarian.
He has been learning quite a lot of Bulgarian. We've been reading books to him. I haven't been reading the Bulgarian books, but you've been reading.
No, yeah, my grandma brought a couple of like baby books that have different household items and stuff, and then it says in Bulgarian. So I've been reading those to him.
Lebed, riba, жаба, octopod, akuma. Oh, this is Mocha so nice.
And then I've been reading him some children's books, which were probably for like age 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's up?
but it's still fun showing him the pictures and reading along.
But yeah, one of the questions we got was, what are your favorite most used baby items and what are your least? And I'm gonna put together like a whole Amazon, most things we got are from Amazon. I'll put them a little like list together and link it down below. His number one favorite thing that isn't from Amazon is this. It's the Love Every Play Gym. And then you can also get boxes that are months. This isn't sponsored, but we got this. So we have the 0 to 3 month box that where a lot of these toys are from. And then there's like 3 to 6 and kind of more months from there.
But you want to join in the
besides that, his second, well, I don't know if it's his favorite thing, but the thing that's made the most difference for us.
It's the rocket. I think we might have talked about this in a previous vlog, but it's still really up there as one of the best items we have. My parents bought it for us for our little baby shower. It clips onto his buggy.
Or stroller. So we just had it on in the park. So when you're walking, obviously the stroller is like vibrating, and then if you stop, then they might wake up. So this kind of keeps it vibrating so they feel like they're still being walked, which is great. And then there's so many other things. We just got this. This is a new favorite. It's called the O-Ball, and it's only like £4 or like probably like $5 or something. I've read, and our osteopath said that this is one of the best things for development, for them like learning how to hold things and
like put it in their mouth and like bend their tongue around it, trying to bite it.
Yeah. But anyway, there's so many things, so I will link them all down below. Then the other thing that we have been doing a lot, or as much as we can, is tummy time. If you have a baby, you know that tummy time is like the thing that helps them with so many things around development. Can't even list all the things that this helps with, but it's like really important for them to strengthen their, I guess, back muscles and a lot of the muscles that will get him to be able to start sitting up, eventually crawling, walking. This is how he gets to practice using those muscles.
Yay! Boop! There we go. Look at the things. Can you see them? Wow, who's that? That's Neo. There's checkers and lines. Wow.
Over here? Yeah!
Well done! You did it! You did it! So throughout the day, I think like every 2 hours-ish, kind of wants to have a little nap, even if it's for like 30 minutes. And I feel like this is one of those times. He gets a bit fussy, he's just a bit irritable, and he just needs to nap. So he's gonna fall asleep in my arms. This is one of his favorite positions, just to rock to sleep. Sometimes I sing to him. Love, it feels like only yesterday you were just a child at play. Now you're all grown up inside of me. Oh, how fast the moments flee.
All right, it's a couple of hours later and it is time to start Neo's bedtime. The first thing we do is his bath, his favorite thing ever. And also the other day he noticed his reflection for the very first time.
Who's that? Who is that? Oh! Oh! Whoa! Who is that little baby? Yeah. Oh, Mr. Neo, Mr. Neo.
Yeah. You love that so much.
Rubber-ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Rubber ducky, you're my very best friend, it's true. Rubber ducky, I'd like a whole pound of. Rubber ducky, I am awfully fond of you.
Okay, Louie is putting Neo down. This is kind of our nighttime routine. Louie will put him down. Sometimes it could take a while, maybe 30 minutes up to an hour or so, depending if he like falls asleep and wakes back up and stuff. But we have found a new trick. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but as soon as we put on a hair dryer even just him hearing the noise, he will immediately stop crying and drift off to sleep every time. I don't know if it's just like a super extreme white noise machine or something, but Louis was obsessed with a hairdryer when he was a baby, so that's why we tried it and it works. So little tip out there for you if any other parents want to try that out. But anyway, while he puts him down, I always make dinner for us, and it usually works out perfectly because then by the time that Neo's down, dinner's ready. And I thought I would, one, show you what I'm cooking tonight, because this is maybe my favorite meal of the last couple months. I saw it on Instagram and we tried it, and I've probably made it 10, 15 times since then because it's so, so good. Yeah, I'll show you everything as I'm making it. First up, I'm just chopping some veggies. I've got a bell pepper, a courgette or zucchini, and a couple of mushrooms and some garlic. So I've done this with like so many different things, broccoli and yeah, tons of different things. But anyway, so I'm just chopping this up, gonna saute it, and I thought that I would answer a couple of questions while I do this. First one is all about my mental health, postpartum, how I'm doing. Thank you, firstly, for asking. That means so much. And I'm actually gonna make a whole video about this, probably not the next video, but the video after. So stay tuned for that because I have a lot to say about this, and I'm kind of struggling with something I didn't even know was like a thing or that I would be, but yeah, stay tuned for that. But thank you for asking. And then another question that I got that I thought was really good was, let me read it. Top 3 tips for someone who has just found out they're pregnant. First of all, congratulations. That is very, very exciting. I'm trying to, it feels like a lifetime ago. I'm trying to like remember back to when we first found out. I would say my first tip is to soak up every moment of your pre-baby life. And I was aware of this. Like throughout my pregnancy, I found myself in a space where I was so excited for what was to come and just like beyond happy. And also I was in a way mourning my like pre-baby life because I loved my life before as well, and all the traveling we got to do and all that quality time Louis and I had together and all the alone time I had. Like, I'm definitely an introvert, and I would just have tons of time to myself, go on walks alone and listen to podcasts. And there's definitely a beauty to a pre-baby life that I just knew I wasn't gonna get to do these things for quite a long time. And at the same time, I knew that if I didn't have kids and I just kept doing that, that would not be as fulfilling pretty soon. So I knew that I wanted kids, obviously, and like the sacrifices are like nothing compared to obviously what Neo brings into my life. But I think that you're allowed to feel 2 things at once, excited and also sad that some things are gonna change. So I think just, if there's anything you wanna do, go to the movies alone, go on long walks, sleep in, definitely sleep in. I tried not to set an alarm for at least like the last month. Just enjoy it, make the most of it, you know? And then kind of similar to that, my second tip would be to try to go on a baby moon. And this doesn't have to be like some big expensive vacation or anything. Obviously, I know a lot of people are trying to save up when they're about to have a baby, but even just going on a staycation or something where, you know, again, it's like your last chance to spend super incredible quality time with your partner. And we ended up going to the Dominican Republic, which was so amazing because it was the middle of winter. It was like horrible weather, and we just escaped to the sunshine, and we stayed in an all-inclusive hotel, which we've never done before, and it's not the kind of thing I would have thought we would have wanted to do, but we just went from the room to the beach, laid out, played games, read books, went swimming, went and got food, came back, did it again, and just like chilled. And I looked around and there were so many families there, and I was so excited to be able to have a vacation like that with Neo and to like take him in the water and to build like sandcastles with him. And there's such a beauty to what is to come, but also there's a beauty to what that moment was as well. So I'm so glad that we got to do that. And then last tip would be maybe to, I guess if I could go back and tell myself one thing, I would have said to try to take a course or something on breastfeeding, because I just assumed it would come naturally and it wasn't really something I had to like study about or like learn anything about, but it was definitely the hardest part of my journey. So I guess, I don't know if it would have helped, but maybe that's the one thing I would have said.
But yeah, just enjoy it as much as you can. I know every pregnancy is different. Enjoy where you are and try not to worry too much about what's to come. That's another thing. I definitely worry about the future often, but you never know what's gonna happen. Like the newborn phase, honestly, was fine. Like our sleep has not been as disrupted as I would have thought it would be. Obviously I'm up a couple of times a night, but I'm feeling generally quite rested. So anyway, those are things like I thought I was gonna feel like a zombie and I just haven't felt that. So there's no point worrying about something because it might not even ever happen to you. Maybe breastfeeding won't even be painful for you, you know? So yeah, enjoy it, have fun, and good luck. All right, dinner is almost ready. I've sauteed the vegetables. I've put in some rice noodles. You just like put them in boiling water for 2 to 3 minutes and then they're done. And now making the sauce. So I did 3 tablespoons of tahini. I just finished a jar. And then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. And then it says 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, but I don't do a full tablespoon, usually just like 3/4. And then you mix it up and just put it all together. It is the easiest, quickest recipe and like 10 out of 10 on flavor. Just so good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is one of the moments of the day which we actually get to spend some quality time. Or we're so exhausted we just watch a TV show.
95% of the time we just watch Survivor. Yeah.
But yeah, this is nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We thought we'd take this opportunity to share a little bit more. Okay, here's another deep question. How has your spirituality / connection shifted or deepened since having Neo?
I just feel like my heart has expanded so much to a place that I didn't know was possible before having kids. And that's what everyone says, that the love you experience as a parent, there's no way to describe it to someone who isn't a parent. And I definitely feel that. And so for me, that expanding of the heart expands not just for Neo, but for everyone. And to me, that's what, when you talk about spirituality, like that's what it is. It's just love towards other beings in the world and like animals and everything. So the fact that my heart is bigger for Neo, it's also bigger for everything and everyone. And yeah, like we were saying earlier, just to watch him explore and experience the world, just seeing his fascination looking at like a little plant, you know, a flower, a leaf, that brings me back to like the awe and wonder that we're all born into the world with. Just like we just live in such a magical place, and I think kids bring us back to that because we were all born thinking that, and then we just get used to things and we like walk past beautiful things looking at our phone or not even noticing them. So I think I can't wait to continue experiencing things for his first time.
I don't know what to add to that. I think the same, just like really deepens my love. And I think like patience as well. You know, he's so innocent, and when he's struggling and sad and, you know, maybe we're being kept up all night or whatever, I just feel like from a selfish perspective, you'd be like, oh, I need to sleep. But then having such an innocent, cute, like all of that. It's not his fault. Yeah, all of that goes away when I just see him and he's just so, he just needs love. So I think there's that. And yeah, I think that ripples out to other relationships, is just feeling that. I think the magic that sometimes dissipates when you become an adult and just get on with normal life has really flooded back in seeing him, because every day I'm like, he is a literal miracle, and I still can't wrap my head around the fact that you grew him inside of you, that he's an actual human being that's living and he's got his own life and he's going to have this whole future and dreams and everything. So that's just, I think I've just been completely filled with magic and awe again. Yeah, I think I've just felt on such a deep, deep level, like so fulfilled and content with where I am, and a spiritual contentment as well.
By the way, I just keep looking down.
Yeah.
Here he is, a little monitor, sleeping away.
Yeah, we just keep an eye on him. Just check he's okay. Before we end the video, I'd love to share some of my other favourite moments throughout the last couple of months of just Neo experiencing things for the first time. We went for a pub lunch with a friend and there was some live jazz playing. So we brought him in just for one of the songs, and this was his first encounter with live jazz, because we played jazz music to him a lot, like to send him to sleep and stuff. So that was really special. We went to the Van Gogh exhibition, which Raya booked tickets for, and that was like this sensory, lots of projections and visuals and like a lot of artwork that had been turned into this kind of interactive exhibition. Again, we took a lot of our friends came with babies and stuff.
Yeah, it was really fun. We're just so lucky. We did like a class before we gave birth with 8 other couples all about birth and like babies and everything. So everyone was pregnant, due within a month of each other. And all of those like parents we're all so close with. All the moms meet at least once a week. We're actually all going to the movies tomorrow with the babies. And we ended up having a barbecue. So it's usually only the moms meeting up, but we had a barbecue at a friend's house where all the dads came as well. And that was just so amazing. And it's just beautiful that like all these babies are born so close together, and hopefully we can stay close for years to come and they can all kind of grow up together. So that was magical.
And I got to DJ there. And a few of the other dads are DJs too. We're gonna meet up soon and have a little mix together.
Yeah.
I've been getting more into DJing. We DJ'd at our other friends' little get together. I had Neo in my arms. I feel like I really want to like get him into music. We danced together a lot.
Yeah.
Then we all went and spent the whole day back in Cobham in my hometown, and we went to this amazing park, Painesville Park. We got to walk around, see all this beautiful history. These are beautiful gardens, and yeah, it's just so cool to be able to take Neo around, and like he's seeing so much for the first time, most of which he can't comprehend what it even is, but
most of which you can't even really see yet. Yeah.
And we went to our first baby event, which was called Music with Mike. And it's this guy, and he's so enthusiastic, and he plays songs on his guitar and nursery rhymes, and all the kids circle around. There's babies, but also toddlers. It's kind of chaotic and just mayhem. And then there's a little basket of like instruments, and we were like shaking tambourines. Honestly, it's kind of like, I could imagine doing this as my job. He was so really happy. Into it. I was really into it, probably more so than Neo.
Definitely.
If you see a crocodile, don't forget to swim.
He's definitely a little bit young. I think like hope in a few months he'll really enjoy it. But yeah, I think definitely we wanna, that's I guess the beauty of living in a city like this, and there's so many different events. I've already signed us up to a few different like baby sensory classes and stuff, and like that we're going to the movie theater tomorrow. I didn't even know you could bring a baby to a movie theater, but you can apparently. So yeah, there's a lot more things.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all of these next moments and stages, and like all of these new things as becoming new parents will bring. I'm just really embracing it as much as I can, and yeah, loving it so far. It's great to share as well, and like to bring you guys on the journey as well. And we've been really grateful for a lot of the comments in previous videos, and we're like learning a lot from wisdom from parents that are watching.
Yeah. And if you have any other questions, by the way, I love doing this. Maybe we could just incorporate a couple of questions into like all of our vlogs. So anything else you want to know, leave them in the comments down below. I have no idea how long this video is now, but I'm pretty sure it's getting quite long. So we'll wrap it up here, and we will see you in the next video where we're going to another festival this time. We're bringing a van, so stay tuned.
Yeah, van life for the first time with Neo. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
If you aren't already subscribed, please do, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.